Weak men constantly explain themselves, their decisions, their boundaries, their lifestyle, their ambitions, their masculinity, because deep down they need approval. But powerful men understand something most people never realize. The moment you constantly seek understanding from everyone around you, you lose authority, because power becomes weaker when it begs to be accepted. And this is why truly powerful men rarely over-explain themselves. Not because they are arrogant, but because they are certain. And certainty is intimidating. Explaining yourself too much signals insecurity. Every time someone constantly justifies their actions, they reveal something. Fear of judgment, fear of rejection, fear of losing approval. Confident people make decisions calmly, then move forward. But insecure people feel the need to convince everyone around them first. Notice how weak men always overtalk, overdefend, overreact. They explain every choice because they need external validation to feel secure internally. Powerful men are different. They understand that not everyone will agree with them, and they are completely at peace with that. Because maturity is realizing you do not need universal approval to trust your own decisions. Powerful men let people misunderstand them. One of the hardest things for emotionally dependent people is being misunderstood. They panic when someone dislikes them, misjudges them, disagrees with them, so they immediately start explaining themselves, trying to control everyone's perception. But powerful men know something dangerous. You cannot control how people see you. And trying to control it makes you look weaker. So instead of wasting energy correcting every opinion, they stay calm. They let people think whatever they want. Because real confidence does not desperately chase validation. And people who are emotionally stable do not collapse every time they are misunderstood. Silence creates authority. The more someone talks, the less authority they often appear to have. Because constant explanations reduce tension, reduce mystery, reduce presence. But men with quiet confidence create a completely different atmosphere. They speak directly, briefly, clearly, and then stop talking. No emotional essays. No desperate convincing. No need to dominate every conversation. Because powerful people understand something most never learn. Silence makes people pay attention. The less you speak, the more weight your words carry. This is why leaders, fighters, high-status men, and dangerous men often speak calmly and minimally. They are not trying to prove power. They already feel it internally. Explaining yourself gives away your power. Every explanation gives people access to your emotions, your doubts, your insecurities, your need for acceptance. And manipulative people immediately notice this. The more reactive you become, the easier you are to control. Powerful men understand emotional discipline. They do not react impulsively to criticism. They do not rush to defend themselves emotionally. Because emotional reactions reveal pressure points. And once people discover your emotional weaknesses, they can influence you through them. That is why calmness itself becomes a form of protection. Modern men are addicted to validation. Social media train people to constantly explain themselves, defend themselves, announce everything, seek approval from strangers. Modern culture rewards attention-seeking behavior, not inner stability. This is why many men today feel mentally weak. Their confidence depends entirely on external reactions, likes, comments, recognition, approval. But powerful men slowly detach from this cycle. They stop performing for everyone. They stop needing constant reassurance. And once a man no longer depends on external validation, his presence changes completely. Because people can feel when someone genuinely does not need approval. And that energy naturally commands respect. True power is calm. Weak men become emotional under pressure. They argue loudly, defend themselves endlessly, try to win every disagreement. But powerful men remain calm, even when attacked, even when misunderstood, even when doubted. Because true strength is emotional control. Anyone can appear confident when life is easy. But calmness under pressure reveals real power. This is why disciplined men often appear intimidating without trying. Their energy feels stable, controlled, grounded, and emotionally grounded men are rare in a world driven by impulsive reactions. Powerful men never explain themselves excessively because they understand something most people spend their entire lives chasing. Self-respect matters more than public approval. The moment you stop needing everyone to understand you, you become mentally freer, calmer, harder to manipulate, harder to control. Because real confidence is not loud. It does not beg for validation. It does not panic under judgment. It simply makes decisions and lives with them. And in a world full of people desperately trying to be accepted, the man who remains calm without explaining himself becomes impossible to ignore.